Imagine a world without money. No coins, no bills, no banks. How would you buy food? How would you measure wealth? It's hard to picture, right? But for most of human history, that was reality. Then, everything changed. And it all started in a forgotten kingdom in ancient Anatolia, a place called Lydia. Welcome to the land of gold. Around the 7th century BC, Lydia wasn't just another kingdom. It was the Silicon Valley of the ancient world. Why? Because from its rivers, like the Pactolus, flowed a precious, naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver. They called it electrum. This wasn't just a shiny metal. It was the raw material for a revolution. Before Lydia, trade was clunky. People used barter trading goods for other goods. Imagine trying to trade a cow for a few loaves of bread. Not exactly convenient. Some cultures used standardized weights of precious metals, but you'd have to weigh and test the purity of the metal for every single transaction. It was slow, inefficient, and ripe for cheating. The Lydians saw a better way. They took lumps of electrum, standardized their weight, and stamped them with an official seal, often a lion's head, the symbol of their royal house. This stamp was a guarantee. It certified both the weight and the purity of the metal. Suddenly, you didn't need scales or a metallurgist to do business. You just needed to count. The world's first true coins were born. This invention was explosive. Trade in Lydia boomed. Merchants from across the ancient world flocked to its capital, Sardis, a bustling metropolis of commerce and innovation. Lydian coins, with their distinctive designs, spread like wildfire. They traveled along trade routes to the Greek city-states, to Egypt, and beyond, carrying with them a new universal language of value. For the first time, wealth was portable, divisible, and universally accepted. At the heart of this golden age was a king whose name became synonymous with unimaginable wealth, King Croesus. When you hear the phrase, "as rich as Croesus," you're tapping into a 2,500-year-old legend. Croesus inherited a kingdom already prosperous, but he took it to another level. He was the first ruler to issue separate coins of pure gold and pure silver, refining the monetary system even further. With his staggering riches, Croesus didn't just hoard his gold. He invested it. He funded the construction of magnificent temples, including contributing heavily to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. He built a formidable army and expanded his empire, conquering nearly all of western Anatolia. His court in Sardis was legendary, attracting wise men and philosophers from all over, including, according to legend, the famous Athenian lawmaker, Solon. The story goes that Croesus, proud of his immense treasury, asked Solon who the happiest man in the world was, fully expecting the answer to be himself. But Solon named several humble, deceased Greeks instead. When a baffled Croesus asked why, Solon explained that no man can be called truly happy until his life has ended well, for fortune is fickle. A man who is rich today could be ruined tomorrow. Croesus dismissed this as foolishness. He couldn't imagine a world where his gold wasn't enough. He was about to learn that lesson the hard way. Lydia's golden age coincided with the rise of a new superpower to the east, the Persian Empire, led by the ambitious Cyrus the Great. As Persia expanded westward, a confrontation with Lydia became inevitable. Croesus, confident in his wealth and military might, decided to strike first. But before launching his campaign, he sought guidance from the most trusted source of prophecy in the ancient world, the Oracle of Delphi. He sent lavish gifts of gold and silver to the oracle, and in return, he received a famously ambiguous prophecy. If Croesus crosses the Halys River, he will destroy a great empire. Croesus interpreted this as a guarantee of victory. He saw himself destroying the Persian Empire. So, he marched his army across the Halys River and met the Persians in battle. The initial battle was a stalemate, but Croesus, thinking the fighting season was over, retreated to Sardis to regroup for the next year. It was a fatal mistake. Cyrus the Great was not a conventional leader. He did the unexpected, pursuing Croesus's army all the way back to the Lydian capital. The Persians laid siege to Sardis. The city's defenses were thought to be impenetrable, especially one side built on a steep cliff. But a Persian soldier spotted a Lydian defender accidentally drop his helmet over the edge and climb down a hidden path to retrieve it. The Persians used this secret path to scale the cliffs at night, storming the city and catching the Lydians completely by surprise. Sardis fell. The Lydian kingdom collapsed. Croesus was captured. As he stood about to be executed, he finally understood Solon's warning. He had been the richest man in the world, and now he had nothing. The great empire he destroyed was not Persia's. It was his own. The oracle's prophecy had come true, just not in the way he had hoped. The fall of Lydia was swift and total. The kingdom that invented money was absorbed into the vast Persian Empire, its name slowly fading into the pages of history. But its legacy? Its legacy is in your pocket. The concept of coinage, born in the rivers of Lydia, was adopted by the Persians, perfected by the Greeks, standardized by the Romans, and passed down through millennia to become the foundation of our global economy. Every time you buy a coffee, use a vending machine, or drop a coin in a fountain, you are part of a story that began in a forgotten kingdom over 2,500 years ago. Lydia's story is more than just the invention of money. It's a timeless cautionary tale. It teaches us that wealth, no matter how immense, is not a shield against fate. It reminds us that power and prosperity can be fleeting, and that even the mightiest empires can crumble into dust from a single moment of arrogance or a single miscalculation. The land of gold is gone, but its echo, the jingle of coins, is with us every single day. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the forgotten corners of history. See you next time